All right, on to the harmony vocals for the chorus. So with this chorus, there are actually four harmony parts. Well, four harmony tracks. There's two harmony parts. There's a low or medium and a high part. Now, flip over to the mix window. You can see those right here. They're the highlighted tracks. So the first two are the mids, and the second two are the highs. I've got them panned hard left and hard right for the mids, and then about half left and half right for the highs. I just felt like that was kind of a good, just seemed to be a good balance. So I want to play those for you just so you can hear what's going on.
You're the air I need when I feel like I can't breathe. Bring me back to life. We'll forget all our worries and live tonight.
Now there's a little fluctuation. We're missing a word in here, but it is what it is. We're not really going to worry about that too much. These are going to be tucked back in the mix so far that something like that's probably not going to catch the listener's attention, hopefully, if we do our job right. All right, so let's take a look at the plugins on these guys. First, let me turn off that main group. So I've got these set up into two separate groups so I can show them to you quickly. All right, first off, auto-tune. I've got auto-tune on the harmony parts because I don't want them grabbing attention from the listener. They are meant to be supporting parts, tucked way back in the mix just to add another little texture to the chorus. So I want them completely in tune with themselves, and just to kind of help solidify them, I've put auto-tune across all of them. The two mids, I've used the alto tenor setting. And if we go over here to the two highs, I've used the soprano setting. Aside from that, every other setting is the same on auto-tune. The retune speed is set up about halfway or the middle, which is right around 50. Anything more than that with these, you could really hear the kind of the T-pain or the share effect going on, and I didn't want that. All right. So let me play them for you with the tuning on, and you can hear how that sounds, how that kind of tightens things up a little bit. Oops. Let's get over there.
You're the air I need when I feel like I can't breathe. Bring me back to life. We'll forget all our worries and live tonight.
Cool. So not a whole lot of tuning, but that little bit right there just helped kind of tighten things up a little bit. And that is what we want. We want a bunch of tightening things up. All right, so moving on to the EQ. On the mids, the EQ that I've got here is cutting off a lot of lows. So let's take a look at it. Cutting off everything below 556 hertz and everything above 10K. So this one has a lot of kind of boominess in there, and we made it a point to cut that boominess out of the lead vocal for this part. So why would I want to add that in the harmony tracks? We don't. So we're just going to cut that out. So I want to play the low harmonies for you, and I'll turn the EQ off and on so you can hear what that sounds like. Oh, we also did pull out that right around 900 hertz, that kind of nasally tone. Pulled that out as well. So here it is.
You're the air I need when I feel like I can't breathe. Bring me back to life. We'll forget all our worries and live tonight.
All right, let's get out of there. All right, let me select those again so I can do this. All right, then moving on, we've got two compressors. I want to squish the life out of these things. because again, they're just really supporting parts. I want to take all the dynamics out of them and I want to put them exactly in one spot in the mix, and I don't want them moving around at all. So I've got the Renaissance Axe compressor from Waves set to a ridiculously fast attack of 0.00, which which is about as fast as you can get. This is a little more aggressive compressor. There's a hard knee on it. It's got a pretty fast release. So I've got this one first, and then following it is the RVox, which used to be my actually my go-to compressor for vocals. It's an incredibly easy plugin to use. You've got compression and gain, so everything's automatic with this thing. It sees and reads the signal coming in, and then changes the compression amount, the ratio, and the knee, and all of the other variables in a compressor. It does all that automatically, and it's really good at grabbing something and pushing it and holding it and right where you want it. So let's put both of these in, and you can hear how the two of these together really just squishing the life out of these background vocals.
You're the air I need when I feel like I can't breathe. Bring me back to life. We'll forget all our worries and live tonight.
All right, and moving on to the highs. Let's check out the EQ on the highs. So the EQ not quite as drastic on the low end cut as the lows or as the mid harmonies, but pretty drastic. Still cut everything out of below 335 hertz. Had that same 900 hertz dip in the middle to get rid of that nasally frequency, and a little bit more drastic cut on the highs. So check out how this sounds. I'm going to, again, put the EQ in, pull it out, and you can hear what this is doing. And we better select these two first if I want to do this correctly. Okay, here it goes.
You're the air I need when I feel like I can't breathe. Bring me back to life. We'll forget all our worries and live tonight.
Yeah, so it really softens them up, and that's what I want to do. Again, these are supposed to be living in the background and not taking the listener's attention, just used as texture pieces. I do have a sidechain compressor on these two tracks. I want to say that I had put this on before the EQ, and it was doing some work, and then when I put the EQ on there, kind of stopped doing a whole lot. So I think we'll still get a dB or two of compression up here. I could live with or without this on this track, but I think we'll just leave them on. So check it out. Here's what this plugin is doing.
You're the air I need when I feel like I can't breathe. Bring me back.
Yeah, it's really not doing much. Like I said, I could take it or leave it. I think I just copied it from another vocal track early on in the mixing of these guys, and it ended up not really working out. So either way, take it or leave it. We're just gonna leave it. Next, we've got the Renaissance Axe and the RVox again. These were just copied over from the previous two harmony tracks. So essentially the same settings. And I could do that just looking at the tracks here, listening to them. The volumes are all pretty close to the same, so I didn't really need to tweak the compressors at all. As far as, after I got them set for the first track, just copied and pasted them over to the rest of the harmony tracks. So here they are with all of the plugins on.
You're the air I need when I feel like I can't breathe. Bring me back
All right, very cool. And those don't have any dynamics left. Well, there's a little bit, not much. But I did want to send them through a plate. So give them that same space as the other vocals in this section of the song. And we'll send them through that delay as well. Now on the plate, there's a pretty good amount, negative 15 dB on these, a pretty solid amount of reverb. And the delay, negative 38.8, not much delay on these at all, but just giving them a little bit of space there. So let me turn these on and I'll play all of the harmonies for you, and you can hear what they sound like with all of the plugins and the effects on them. So here it is.
You're the air I need when I feel like I can't breathe. Bring me back to life. We'll forget all our worries and live tonight.
All right, so as you can hear, a little bit of dynamics left, but not much. Now, all of these harmony tracks and the 3 vocal tracks here for the chorus are all being routed through this hook submaster. Let me get rid of that floating fader. And because they're all singing pretty much the same line, there's some fluctuation going on there. There's some addition of frequencies. So sometimes on some of the words, things are kind of coming together and making irregularities in the volume. So one thing I did to take care of that, or the only thing I did to take care of that, is on that hook track, I went ahead and put another compressor, or that hook submaster. So for this one, I've got the LA2A from Universal Audio. This is an optical compressor. It works fantastic for vocals, for bass, for stuff that's got a varying attack and release. And just listen to what this thing does. Let me make sure I have all of these soloed. This just glues all 7 of these tracks together. It really makes them sound like one cohesive instrument. So here it is, and I will put the plug-in in and pull it out.
You're the air I need when I feel like I can't breathe. Bring me back to life. Oh, you're the air I need. You're the air I need when I feel like I can't breathe. Bring me. You're the air I need when I feel like I can't breathe. Bring me back to life. We'll forget all our worries and live tonight. You're the air.
Yeah, that really helps glue this section together. So why don't we hear it with the rest of the track? So here it is, all of those vocals, harmonies, and the 3 leads together with the track. All right, very nice. So that is all of the vocals for this song. In the next video, we are going to just take a quick look at the effects tracks. So not my effects returns, but the actual effects, the effect audio files for this track. So the big booms, the sweeps, the white noise, all that good stuff. So we'll see you over there.